Sorry for the delays, but here we are. So what I really wanted to touch on quickly, especially for my Galadriel deck, is that I'm trying to do too much of the rules. So like 10, 10, 10, 10 draw, 10 removal, 10 ramp, or some, delineation of that. And I have that in other decks. I have 3 other decks with that kind of theme where I make sure I have a lot of those things to have a well-rounded deck. But with these 2 Lord of the Rings ones, I wanted them to be more one-dimensional, but they have good cards to offset that, even if they lack some versatility. So for the first quick review, my Galadriel deck is really about creatures. It's 2 colorless, banned, and it has Alliance. So whenever another creature enters, I choose one that hasn't been chosen. So I can add 3 forests, put a +1 on everything, or scry 2 and draw a card. So I can only do a max of 3 each turn. But you get a lot of value out of it. So I want this deck to go wide. This is an elf tribal. It's going to be quantity over quality. So there's some cards that I think I could do without, and some I could replace, even some from the Aragorn. So my first one is that I'm thinking about is Eladamri's Call. Yeah, it's a green and a white. You get to search for any creature. You have to reveal it, but you can put it into your hand, and it's an instant. It is a great card, but honestly, I don't really want to look for one whole creature here. Like, a lot of these elves are only dangerous because there's multiple. Like, I'm not searching for a freaking wood elves, And there's a lot of cards that fall into that category. They're good because they're in elves. So this card is kind of a waste because all my win cons are really tied up in non-creature cards or just overall creatures. So to replace that, I'm going to put Palantir of Ornthak in. A lot of my elves trigger with Scry, so this helps. It also helps because it's colorless, so I can use anything for it. And because it's a really, really good card draw. So for 3 mana, it's at the beginning of my end step, I put an influence counter, and then I scry 2. So I auto get to do those 2 things. Then I choose an opponent, and they can either let me draw a card, or I'll mill X cards equal to my influence counters, and they lose life equal to total mana value. So they could decide to mill you out, but at a gigantic cost for them. And the fact that I get the instant scrying and it can trigger with other elves, I think it's so worth it. I mean, it adds 1 more mana, yeah, but again, this will net me in the long run so much more. So I'm going to switch that in. I'll put that over here. So yeah, that frees up an Aragorn slot. My next one, actually, just to tie in with that, is Elvish Mariner. I definitely want to put this one in too. It's 2 colorless and a blue, 3/2. When it attacks, you auto scry 1 just for declaring it, and then whenever you scry, you tap up to X creatures. So, sorry, my throat was dry. So the great thing about this is, I'm going to get a scry from the card attacking, I get a scry from the commander, and I have some other cards in here like Palantir of Ornthak that constantly let me do it, so this could be a really nice combat opening card. So I'm going to put that in too. I'm going to switch this out for my Farseek. I'd rather put this in my Aragorn deck so I can search for any land and get it out. This deck has so much ramp from the elves, I don't really need a Farseek. It's kind of redundant in this deck. I'd rather play the elf 9 times out of 10. So I'm going to add those 2 for sure off the rip. My next 2 that I'm debating about is Obscuring Haste and Wildborn Preserver. The thing is, I feel like if I put Obscuring Haste in, because the deck is about attacking, I should put in Flawless Maneuver because, again, I want this deck to go wide. I want it to have big protection. I feel like Wildborn Preserver, although it's good and has reach and flash, I just don't want to constantly pay X in this deck, really. So I'd like to replace that with Flowering the White Tree. But again, I feel like if I'm going to have Obscuring Haze, I should have Flawless Maneuver. And in this deck, I'm just trying to debate what would I rather have. And so if I was flowing with elves, I would rather have Flawless Maneuver, Obscuring Haze than Wildborn, honestly. But the thing with Obscuring Haze is how many creatures am I really attacking with and what will it net me? Firing the White Tree is good because it pumps up everything either way and it's cheap. So it goes with that theme of rolling flats. So for those who don't know, it's 2 white. Legendary creatures get +2/+1. They have ward 1. Non-legendary creatures get +1/+1. So it's a really good card. I think it's going to be fun. So with that being said, I'm trying to debate what I should do here because I truly was going through this Galadriel deck and I really can't think of too many cards besides like maybe Brave this hand because creatures have vigilance. It can block an additional creature. Oh no, I just feel like that's a really good card and lets me attack with a lot while opening me up. Like I feel like I'd love to have that card at almost every turn. So the thing about Obscuring Haze is it's only combat damage, whereas Flawless Maneuver could be anyone. So I feel like Flawless Maneuver is better, ultimately, than Obscuring Haze. I feel like it would net me the most. So then the question becomes, what would I rather play instead? And honestly, I think I'd rather do Flawless Maneuver than Obscuring Haze, so I can prevent everything for my creatures, right? I'd rather have Flowering of the White Tree, honestly, than Wildborn Preserver, even though it is 2 mana and has Flash Reach, and I could really pump it up. The thing is, I want to put both in here, honestly, but I just don't have the freaking space. I mean, I know I said it like a bajillion times already, but I truly can't. I'm trying to think of some things to get rid of here. I feel like Asceticism in this deck is like monumentally good. Yeah, I may not need Herald's Horn, but I like it in here so I can lower things. Brave the Sand, I don't know, man. I'd much rather have Brave the Sand, honestly, because it would work right away. I wouldn't have to pay into it a lot. In this deck, you don't want to have mana tied up. Yeah, so that answered my own just right there going through the motion. I'm going to put Flowering the White Tree in here. Again, I just think it'll serve a better purpose to protect my homies. All right, so now that that's done, I'll update that on Moxfield too so you guys can see it. And I'll go over the stats at the end of this. So this next one is Aragorn the Uniter. So this is a classic one. I'm always tinkering with this deck, as you guys know. So this is another one I'm going to break the mold a little bit with, but it'll take a little bit longer, I feel like. So I'm going to separate my stuff here of like ramp, draw, and I'm going to put it all as interaction. And then that way I can go from there as far as what I want, Because I think some of these cards are just, I don't know. I don't want them in here. They're boring, honestly. Oh, yeah, I'll put my win cons in a separate one as well. And I want to do the Fellowship in here. I know, I got a lot of ideas I can't lock down. This is like my forever issue deck. Yeah, so I'm just separating them, like I said, interactions and ramp and draw here. Got a lot of good stuff. I got some board wipes. Again, I might go lower for some of these just because I want to, I really want to get this deck right, man. I feel like I've been fucking up this deck every time I make it. So I want to get this deck right. So I got my pile separated here. I got 36 lands just for reference. So I got, I'm just going to call this interaction right now. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got 15 interaction and I have 3 board wipes. So just for the record, for board wipes, where is that? I thought I had one more. Oh, try to get Tragic Arrogance in this deck? Wait. Unless I just skipped it. No, yeah, okay. So, for board wipes, sorry, I was counting them. I got Tragic Arrogance, Winds of Abandon, and Vandal Blast. Okay, so that's part of my 3. And then besides that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I got 13 here. Okay. I got 13 interactive pieces. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 draw. So I think this deck needs... I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do some more draw in this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I got 14 ramp. It seems high, but this is a 4-color deck, so I need a lot of ways around that. Then I got Insurrection, 4 Aeolangus, and Taught from the Ramparts for my win cons. So I feel like off the rip, I need some draw. I think I need some more draw in this deck. I think the ramp is good, honestly. I think the only thing I want to replace is probably maybe one of these. Oh, let me move path tags out. I had that in the wrong spot. I don't know. I feel like one of these I'd rather put Farseek in, to be honest. But they're really, really good. Tough call here. Honestly, I want to get this deck rolling. So what would I rather have? Honestly, I'm just going to throw in... I'm going to go for 15. Fuck it. This deck is 4 colors, man. I need it. So I'm going to go for 15 there. I definitely need more draw. That's like a no-brainer. So let me see if I have any here that I'm not... I guess this is like a pseudo draw, so we can do that one. We can do that one. I'll definitely throw some humans out. We can do that one. I'll have some stronger dudes. Okay, we'll do this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10, but technically 7 because I got 3. Ooh, no. Honestly, for net draw, I really have just 2. 3, kind of. So 6 here. And then I have 4 tutors. So 3 for regular, 3 for any creatures, 2 for legendary. Which is not bad, actually, because it'll get the deck going nicely. I do like that part because this deck is running a little lower creatures right now. In this version of it, I had, let's say, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15 right now. So I definitely want to put in some more, but I want to make this deck roll better. I feel like this deck is kind of all over the place. So I'm definitely going to put a Gandalf White Rider. I want to do more spell slingery, and I want to do the double combat. So let me move this over here. So these are the fellowship cards, and these are the double combat. I want to have like this combat thing going. I really, really like that idea of like, how do I explain it? Like combat celebrant, exert. Like I want to have double turns and things. Let me put these here. These are kind of my Lord of the Rings cards. These are my non-Lord of the Rings cards. Let me move this over. It's hard with the zoom in. Okay. So like I said, the 15 ramp I'm going to keep. So I got that out of the frame. I got 3 win cons right now. So one is 8. One is like ostensibly I'm probably doing 7. This one's at least 5. I would like one more in here just because this deck is so convoluted. I don't know if I have anything, though, as a win con. No win cons. But since I do need those cards, I'd want a personal tutor. Just so I could find it at least, you know? So, and it costs 1. So I'm going to throw another tutor in. That way, that type of stuff, those win cons, are things I'd want to search for. For sure. I think I have everybody. I have Gandalf, Boromir, Pippin. Oh, I just don't have Merry. Right? Yeah. This is an extra combat too, though. So I'll keep that over there. Any more? Extra combat. Alright, so I got 3 extra combats. Is there another one I could do? Let's see. Mary I'd like to put in because it costs 2 and it's the whole gang. Okay. Good. So 3 extra combats here. These are goated. Yeah, Scourge. That. Damn, I wish I had more. Oops. All right. Anduril, Morgul Knife, and the other Anduril I want to keep because I feel like these are just good and they go on vibe. And I'd want any one of them in here, so I'll keep that here. Oop. Doric is just a really good card because I have a lot of legendaries in here, and this could really pop off with them. So I feel like it's a good support to this deck. And I feel like it supports any theme. So, especially with the double combat, you know? Next one I'm going to do is Grey Host Reinforcements. It's flying, ward for a little protection. It's 3 colorless, which is good, and 1 white, so it's 4. But it's a graveyard hate. I need some graveyard hate in here. It's always good to have a little bit, so I'll put that in here too. Treat that as a support card. Elisar the Elfstone is really good because whenever I play something, basically like a creature mostly in this deck is what I'd be playing, is very few enchantments, I get to return a permanent that shares a type. So if I play a creature, I return a creature. If I play an enchantment, which I have a few of, I return enchantment. So it just helps really trigger Aragorn. So I'm going to consider that another support card. Grand Abolisher I like because it's quick. You get it out. It's a 2/2. And it just shuts down that people can't fuck with you in your turn. Now the question is, as you can see here, I'm making a case for all these cards. So what am I going to get rid of? So I got Riders of the Mark and Spark Double. Spark Double I like because I'm basically getting another Aragorn 9 times out of 10. And it comes in with a counter. So I like that it copies it. I got Riders of the Mark here. Costs 1 less for each human. So Aragorn's white is whenever I play a white, I get a 1/1. So I'll be triggering this a lot, and I can leave tokens out. This helps me make up for a lack of some creatures in here. So I'm trying to figure out what should I get rid of. Since I do have quite a few tutors at this point, 1, 2, 3. I basically have, I could tutor 5 creatures or one of my like game-winning sorceries. So I think I want to get rid of, I know, some interaction in here because I wanted to get popping. So let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, so I got 17. So I definitely want to keep Eowyn. She just fits the theme really well and helps you get through on those combats. So that narrows it down. I feel like I need some removal. A lot of people I play with have a shitload of artifacts, and I like that this doesn't target me. Winds of Abandon is nice because you add 6, but you get rid of everything. Since I don't have that many creatures in here, I feel like Tragic Arrogance could still benefit. I'm probably going to only have 1 enchantment and 1 artifact out anyway, so I am not too displeased with that, you know? Like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 17 cards. So I got plenty of things here. I would like some more win cons in here, though, just because I feel like I said this deck needs to move. So I'm trying to think of what I would want to play here. So now, see, I have the decision here. I have the option to go more spellcastery or lose something. I would really like to put Steel Shaper's Gift and a Commandeer in here because they'd be so much cheaper. I think, yeah, my board wipes. I guess I could search for a board wipe, which is nice. You could argue there's a form of removal. I don't know, man. I mean, Grand Abolisher, like, yeah, it's not the greatest card for this deck, but I like that it shuts you down. Spark Double's always good, too, because I can make another Aragorn. I don't know. I feel like I got to get rid of Riders of the Mark, honestly. I know it lets me put tokens out, but man, you know what I really want, honestly? Fucking, what's that card called? Oh my god. My god, what's that card called? Oh shit. Come to me any minute now. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to have other stuff in here, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 creatures. 20 creatures. Yeah, I really don't have that much card draw in here. Like, these are all conditional. Garrick's Uprising, Temur Ascendancy, although good. Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, let me get rid of... What is this one? Gimli's. I feel like this Gimli is more of a support card. I'd honestly rather play cheaper things that do more, so... Let's see. This gives me haste and removal. Riders of the Mark is a good card, though. And I could sneak it out quick, but it's like, again, what would you rather have here? Okay. I think I'm going to take out Force of Vigor. It's not as fun. I'd rather that in my Squirrel Spider deck. Yeah, put that in that one. Yeah, Force of Vigor is better than that deck. What am I looking for next? So I want to play spicy shit. I like Path to Exile because it's quick. Beast Within is a piece of cake. Everything's gone. Swan Song is 1 mana. Alluring Searing Light is nice because you have to exile the biggest thing, and then it deals that much to you. So it's like a double whammy. Deflecting Swap, my commander is like a lightning rod, and it's free. So these are so good. This is like a game ender. Swords to Plowshare is just the best. I need 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate, which I don't have. So I Grey Host in this. This one I need. Legolas Quick Reflexes protects and gives my guy reach. These are the 2 that I could see without. Like, Scroll of Isildur could net me a lot if people attack, but if they don't, it's kind of not worth it. So I definitely would want to get rid of that one, too. So at minimum, I got 2 slots here, right? I don't know. I don't have that much blue in my hand, but I could play Commandeer. It basically lets me take your shit and then play it for myself, which I do like because it's ostensibly free, or can be. Honestly, I want to fucking put Smaug in here. I love that token. But I don't think it does everything I need to. So I don't think it's that good. But I will put Glamdring in, because even though it's colorless, I feel like it, again, backs it up and lets me play a bunch of shit. So I like that. Actually don't have that many blue cards to play Commandeer, to be honest. I only have 1, 2... Yeah, I'm pretty much always going to pay it, actually. So let me get rid of that one. I'd rather play Steel Shaper's Gift, because, again, this can just buff my strategy by searching for an equipment and getting it. So I'm going to put that in, because I feel like it just synergizes. And it costs 1 mana. So, again, it just gets me to my theme quicker. So this gets me to my theme, but I want to go double combat, and I really don't have any of those cards, to be quite honest, besides like Call for Aid, that. So let's see. could get rid of these two. But for what? Yeah, I could. I mean, let's see. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd have 8, 11. Yeah, I could live with it. I don't think Beast Within is good, but I don't think I need that many pieces of freaking removal, to be honest. I'd rather play other cards. This part is tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can search for any equipment, any sorcery, and then 4 creatures. All right. So I could always get my maneuver. All right, this part has got to just come down to strictly mana. What do I want to do with this deck? I definitely need a passive way to win. All right, so let's see where I'm at mana-wise, all right? I am a little light in this draw, I'll admit that. So this deck needs a lot of 2s and 1s. You can really get blown out if you don't get the mana right. This deck is a very mana-specific deck. So, I was thinking this over. I think this is what I'm going to do. And I want to see how it plays out. Oops. Wait, this is 1. This is 3. These are 2. Commanders 4. BT dubs. 3, 3. I like how many there are. Let me go 6 up here. This is 1. I'm not counting that way. 5. 3. 4, 2. 4, 5. Tree 2, 2. 2. 4, 4, 5. This is most likely 7, 8, 1, 1, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4. Okay. So, 2. So I have 1. Oh, shit. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So this is ostensibly 0. This is, I'm ending the game. This, because I have a lot of those. So I got 3 zeros. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ones. Moving quick with those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 twos. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 threes. So drop off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 fours. So pick up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fives, 2 sixes, a 7, and 8. So this deck is really heavy on the 1s and 2s. It's at like 34. Then it plummets with 3. Goes up again with 12 4s. And has 5 5s, I believe. Yeah, 5 5s. So 5 5s. Okay. So 5 5s. Honestly, what would I want in here? So I have an 8, a 7, and 2 6s. Like, I cannot play anything more. And I have 5 5s. No more 5 and above. Like, that is locked out, good to go. I could use some more 3s. as I got rid of both my 3s. Or I could just keep it low. So I'm trying to think. Let's say I got 4 mana. I'm moving along with my commander. I'm pumping things up. What would I want to do with this deck? What would I want to finish this deck with? So I got creatures. I don't want to really play back. Like, you don't want to hang back with this deck. So you want to go forward. But what do? What do you do? So I like Aragorn because it goes with the theme, and I actually don't have any Aragorns in here. Now that I think about it, yeah, I don't have any of them. I have one in the other deck. It's better than Master Archer. At least it can't be blocked with 2 or less, and you can't chump. It's going to get pluses, and then when it deals combat damage, you get to draw a card. And would fill out the 3. I like Miles Aria, too, because it gives me a passive win condition. So if you control, put a +1 on each creature if you own a creature with 5 or greater. You have your commander out, you do it. 10 life you gain if you gain 10 or power 10 or greater. And you can do both, mind you. So if I have a creature out with, let's say I have a creature out with a power 10 or greater, but everything else is a 1/1, I would put a +1 on everything, even the 10/10, then I would gain 10 life. Then if the creature's 20 or greater, I win the game. So this is a nice passive win con, which would fill out the 3 slot, and it's 3 pips, so it would trigger a lot of things. So I'll keep that in there too for, again, the passive. My active being 4th Aerlingus, Insurrection, and that. So now I have the question of, do I want to stick on theme and play Legolas, or do I want to play something else? Honestly, I'd love to play Wizards of Thay. It's 4 mana, but it's Myriad. So when it attacks, I create a token that's a copy of it attacking that player. I have to find out if the other stuff triggers. That I'm not sure. I'll Google that. But it makes my instants and sorceries 1 less, so cheaper stuff. And I can cast my sorceries as though they had flash. So I like this one because it's perpetually cheaper. So I can play a bunch more, and it's Myriad. But it is 4 mana. I also like Born Upon the Wind. It's 2 mana. It gives me, lets me play any spells though it had flash. So if I need to throw something in there, I can throw it in there for removal or whatever. Stop anybody else from winning. So I like that. I like Wizards of Thay. I like Isengard Unleashed. So you can't stop damage. And then if Source would deal, it deals triple, and I can play it twice. But, you know, I got a lot of fucking 5s already. I don't need that. I also like Press the Enemy. I can return a spell or non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand, and then I can cast an instant or sorcery from with equal or lesser value from my hand without paying its mana cost. So depending on what I get rid of, I can play anything, and I can give something flash. That means it doesn't stipulate. So I can play a sorcery for free that turn, because it says you may cast either. It's giving it flash, basically. The only thing is it costs 4, and it doesn't draw a card. But it's a nice piece of interaction that lets me hike something out. Born Upon the Wind is good because it's just 2 mana flat. It doesn't interact with your stuff, but it replaces itself and gives other things in. So I do like this one a little more because it's 2 mana and replaces itself. I feel like this was my best choice for combat gain. I feel like it will just net me the most, and it'll let me play, you know, if I need to, a board wipe, whatever, faster. So I think I'm going to put this one in, and it goes with the Aragorn theme. So I'm going to keep the deck like this for now. I know my 3s, like I said, plummet off a cliff, but it is what it is. I want to see how it plays with this one, and then if I like it or not, then we'll go from there, I guess, on how I can modify it. Like I said, I would have liked to put Aragorn in just to keep it theme, and he is so cheap, and he would have reach, but I can't think of anything to remove, and I have a low enough land base as it is. I'm at 36 here. I don't really want to get lower on a 4-color deck, you know. Seems super risky, so I'm going to keep this like this. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you know, let me know. I will see you guys next time. And for my listeners, thank you for listening. Peace.